What up, fam? Um, I saw this story on Twitter. I really don't know if it's true. I didn't care enough to try to Google it to figure out if it was, accurate, right? But the story was these guys in this some Mexican cartel put these stickers or like decals of Lana del Rey, of her face, on the extended magazine clips of their automatic and semi-automatic rifles, right? Now, as someone who grew up hunting and fishing and who has hunting guns, let me be clear, I don't have semi-automatic rifles. I have a semi-automatic shotgun, but that's for hunting. It looked kind of dope, honestly. It was kind of problematic, but it did look pretty cool. It could be a cool element in a story or like some sci-fi dystopian movie. Think about like Mad Max, man. You had this crew of these wild rebel men just out here just doing a bunch of crazy stuff, but they wanted to be beautiful. So they were like the Lana del Reys. That was their gang, right? So anyway, look, I thought it was cool looking, but I also thought it was a great analogy or a great representation of what men really want versus what they allow themselves to be. And what I mean by that is everyone wants to be beautiful. Everyone wants to be seen. Everyone has this internal desire to be in nature, even if you don't feel it. It's all part of us because we are nature, right? We aren't animals. We're mammals. We are part of nature. So of course we want to be in the thing that we are a part of. And so what happens is, even though we have this machismo culture, right? We got to be tough men. We got to be violent. We got to be angry. We got to be scary, right? We got to make our money in this violent way. Very hyper masculine. But at the same time, they're like, I love this music. Ain't nothing masculine about Lana Del Rey's music, right? And that's okay. And that means that men can still love it, right? But these guys loved it. They wanted to be beautiful. Why do we put so much energy into telling other people how they can live their lives? What they should be. If they should be a man or a woman, and what that is supposed to look like, or what are other gender identities, and why you should or shouldn't do that. Why do we tell people all the time how to live their damn life? All of us have sentience. We got the privilege to be alive in this world. Sometimes that doesn't feel like a privilege. Let's be real. Sometimes it's like, why am I here with all this bullshit going on, right? But sometimes we remember we don't have to be here. We get to enjoy this. So why are we trying to force people to enjoy it the way that we think they should, right? Why do we force people to think that there's only one way to do things? There's only one way things should look. These systems of managing people combine to create the system that we have now. We have capitalism, we have patriarchy, we have alleged democracy, right? We have sexism, which is a branch of patriarchy. We have white supremacy, which encapsulates a lot of different elements of our society, right? And we have all these things in those positions of privilege in a system like that. It impacts everyone. So patriarchy, yeah, it benefits men the most, and it subjugates and oppresses women the most. It's not good for men either. It's not good for us to be in positions where we're in these patriarchal roles of leadership, right? And we have these expectations to uphold and adhere to these patriarchal standards. Who is better? What ways of thinking are better, right? But the other piece of that is It prevents men from exploring the full beauty of life, seeing women beyond objects of sexual desire, beyond objects of family rearing, right? Prevents us from seeing the fullness that women are equal, that we are all equal. We're just humans. We're just organisms trying to enjoy this thing called life, right? So the challenge for us fellas, and by saying this, it doesn't mean that there aren't things that women need to work on, okay, before y'all try to at me. But the challenge is for us fellas to recognize the areas where we are upholding ideas of what it means to be a man that does not benefit us, that holds us back from fully embracing the people we love, whether it is our partner, whether it is our children, whether it is our family or friends, to say to our homeboys, hey man, I love you. Thank you. Appreciate it, brother. Right? To take these areas that hold us back from being full, complete people, capable of deep emotions and talking about our emotions and sharing the complexities of how we feel. When we feel ourselves in those positions, the challenge for us is to say, nah, I'm gonna go in. I'm not gonna worry about the conditioning that has been placed onto me and the expectations of how I'm supposed to act. I will step up. I will embrace the fullness of life. How can we do that today? I'm gonna think about that for myself. Think about it for yourself. And then keep walking. Peace.